I'm just going to share a small story about my work life and all of that. When I started my career, I was a workaholic, and I discovered real quick that yes, I was a workaholic. I was so into the trying to make sure I am indispensable, being the multitasker in the work. I have a duty, but I'm doing extra just to make sure that I'm not easily disposable. And so, yeah, it affected my personal life, especially communication with my families and friends. But then the minute I was able to identify this problem, I started reaching out to my family and friends and telling them that, okay, so this is who I am, or this is how I behave when I'm working. So once I have a task ahead of me, every other thing is secondary, which is bad. And that is good part. And for the company, it's good because, I'm hitting targets. For my family, it's a problem because I'm hitting target, but at the detriment of my relationship with my family. Now, so I just tell them upfront that, look, all right, this is my issue. Once you see me drifting apart, once you see me not communicating, not reaching out on the usual, okay, because in my family, we have a Sunday ritual where we all meet up online. Okay, for me, I've been out of the country for a while now, so I've not been with my family for, I can count how many times I've been to Nigeria since I left in 2014. And then that's a problem because I don't see them regularly. So if I was in Nigeria, definitely I've seen them regularly. But then the minute I identified that problem, I make sure I spoke to my family and told them that, all right, this is my issue. Once you see that I'm drifting apart, call me to order. Um, the person that helped me the most, or the person I feel has been affected the most, is my wife. And I made sure I told her that, all right, instead of you just getting all worked up that I'm not giving you attention, just drop me all those, Shakespeare text messages that, would turn my head upside down, and I'll be back to my usual self, right? Just, drop me some nice messages to call me back to order that, look, bro, you're losing touch. I mean, I'm here for you as well. So don't just focus on work and all of that. So you need to be able to know that you have the problem first, and then you find a solution. So the minute you can identify that you have a problem balancing your work life and your personal life, then you start finding solutions to it. Another thing I did personally was setting alarms for myself. If you check my phone, I have like, I don't know how many alarms I have. I used to have an alarm to send a text to my wife once I get to work. I used to have an alarm to call my wife like lunchtime. I used to have an alarm to tell her I'm coming home, not that I just drive into the house and then I'm pressing the bell and saying, come and open the door. Like I'm deliberately making communication work for me because I know I'm always very engrossed in my work life. And then and that has helped because once you start making deliberate effort to find solutions to the problem that you're facing, then you're already on the right path. And the fact that you're reaching out to those who can help you as well, then you're on the right path. Um, so that's the way I've been able to, make things work for me in terms of work-life balancing.
Yeah, I mean, I think this position that I'm in is very good. So when one person talks, I just quickly come in, I just say something that so it's good. And yes, very much so. What he said, that is very similar to my I know when I got this topic, rather when I saw the topic we're going to talk about, I went straight to brother Babalola, and I said, nah, this topic is not very fair. I'm guilty of this thing that you want me to come and talk about. And I really would not like to be lying, talking and realizing that I'm lying, talking to people. But yeah, just like he said, a lot of us suffer from this. If you are somebody who's very passionate about what you do, so many other things around you will tend to suffer. But then also, if you, just like he said, as you grow in life, you realize that, okay, everything now becomes important. Even this work too is very important because unlike, if you were working for the government, I mean, not like I'm trying to diss our government here. If you were working for the government where the work is the one that is less priority than your other life, the one, unlike that, if you are working for a private company, the higher you go, the worse it becomes for you. So there's nothing like the higher you go, the less timing you or rather have. So you now have to give so much time to the work, and sometimes a lot of things suffer. But then for me, the way to go, what has worked most for me has been delegation. So I know that there are some things you can't delegate, but so much time I do my to-do list, then I bring in my team and I say, okay, these are the things I need to do. So I would have to apportion it in such a way that I would avoid burnout. So everybody too should, so then I say, okay, these are the things we need to do. I also need this timing. I need to do this within, my personal things, I put them into the to-do list. If I need to go for medical, if I need to attend a function. I mean, when my friend was getting married, I told them, I said, from this 19 to this time, you have to block out. You have to cover for me in such a way that, the work doesn't suffer, because I have to be here, I have to be 100% in this space. So I will have limited time to attend to work. You have to only call me when it's important. So I bring my team into everything that I'm doing, such that they're able to cover up for me at the times that I'm not able to attend to. So, and that's for me, that's how I'm able to do it, to ensure that my timing, like in Ramadan now, the last 10 days, I have already set it in such a way that, these last 10 days, I'm not going to be having so much time, because I'll be going to the masjid in the evening, in the night. Then when I come in the morning time, I will be feeling sleepy. So there's a corner, whenever I go into any new office, I just try to look for corners and say, okay, this corner I can be praying, this corner I can be doing. So when I come in the morning, I already make them know I like to do Salat to Dua. So I'll run to that corner, I'll do it, and I'll do my nap and say, I have to take this power nap. If I don't take it, I'm going to be useless to you people. So I just run my team through the things that I need to do and ensure that they're able to support me. And at the same time, too, my family, they know that month end, my sister will call me month end, I'll be like, Kilo data, that it's month end, so my month end, they know I'm an accountant, month end is very busy, and my month end extends to the first week of the following month. So all that time, they block it, they only come in the evening. So you just try to do all those, and like he said, I know I had a friend, I was staying with a friend of mine in Houston one time, and every time I had like 30 minutes, our phone was beeping. I was like, you're not having, what is all these alarms for? And she was like, oh, this one is this type. Oh, this one is that. I'm like, wow, you have to really do those things. Put them, either you want to write down your to-do list, or you want to have alarms, or you want to, anything that works for you, but you must have a way to bring in people and timing and everything to make things work for you. That's for me.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I like the points where you said delegation. You're not doing it all by yourself. You're seeking support when you need to, so it doesn't get overwhelming. And then being organized about it too. Naam, Jazakallah khairan. So, Mr. Taiwo, Assalamu alaikum.
Right. What do I have to say when they have said it all? But just to add a little bit, I will say they have said what I wanted to say, but for me, how do I plan my family time and other commitments? On a personal note, I try to plan my schedule into 5 assets. Number one, family. Number one again is family. Number 2, work. Number 3, the religious part. Number 4, my professional life. And number 5, other commitments. One of the religious part is to be on this mica floor. So for family, I would like to share, family is very important, to be honest with you. At your workplace, you are an asset. You can be a very good team player. You can be the best performer. You are only occupying a space at that time. Family is very important. In 2020, the first worst experience of my life was to be away from family in lockdown in a different country for 7 months. And all through those 7 months, my extended family, siblings, they used to call me, but two people used to call me every day of my life. That's my brother and my wife. My line manager at work would just check on me when I'm online on Teams. Okay, how are you doing today? maybe twice in a week. And you know, I had the experience of staying indoor for 4 months where we were being served food in a 5-star hotel, like prisoners. They knock on your door, they plan the schedule because of COVID. They just knock on your door. Before you open the door, you see the food, they are gone. And meaning people that you were staying with before in the same hotel, they were not even, they were not ready to be close to you. But my family will still call me on video about 3-4 times a day to check up on me. That was the height of it. I mean, the height of frustration, the height of anger, because nobody, even the company then, nobody knew the direction the COVID was going, because that was the beginning of COVID. So that shows the importance of family. And that is why for me personally, I'm using the word deliberate again to plan my schedule into 5 assets. Number 1 is family. Number 2 is my work. Number 3 is the religious aspect of my life. Number 4, of course, I want to grow professionally, is the professional part. And number 5 is the other commitment. So from the other commitment, you try to see, okay, how can you be there for extended family, friends? And the act of delegating is very important, like my sister said. But before you delegate, you have to think and plan it. The best way to climb the ladder is by building a ladder. If you feel you are a superstar, you want to do it or you don't want to delegate, it's fine. But it will tell when that time of delegation comes in. If you don't bring up someone that can stand in for you, that you can show you are just passionate about yourself, you want to take the lead all the time, be the shining star all the time, it's going to tell at the end of the day. So for you to be able to delegate properly, you also need to mentor people, expose your team. I work in an organization that over the last 10 years, I manage different resources from at least 10 different countries in the world, with different culture, different mentality, different background. What is important to me sometimes may be of less importance to them. So I have to manage all those things and at the same time, try to balance it. So I plan for my family life by having as my first asset and having a schedule, a plan for it. So when I'm encroaching into the family time, I measure myself over time to check my performance. So that is the way I plan for my family life and the other commitment. Thank you.